a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park, NV Salon, Spa, Nail and Barbershop, the Wellness Center, Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Tisley Cross, Deliciously Smooth Cider, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment. This is The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition. In studio with me today is a young woman all the way from the Bahamas. She's here under the banner of the Rotaract Club movement here in the District 7020. Rotaract being the youth arm of Rotary. Ms. Robyn Curtis, I want to welcome you to The Big Story, and more so, welcome to the Virgin Islands.
Thank you so much. May I say Rotarian Kathy? It's a pleasure to be on The Big Story. And it's a pleasure to be here in the British Virgin Islands.
Awesome. This is something that happens. You are the district representative for Rotaract, and district, for those who don't know, means, you know, those within the catchment area of Rotary District 7020. And it's customary, like the district governor would travel to all the many countries that are in the district, the Rotaract representative also travels.
Yes.
And that's why you're here.
Yes, ma'am.
So give us a little background before we go into your visit about you.
Okay, yes, so thank you. Like I said, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm Robyn Curtis. I am from the Bahamas. My home club is Rotaract Club of Nassau Sunset in Nassau. So Rotaract is my second job. I am a financial services professional by profession.
Wow.
So I have Big Four experience in public accounting. I do have private industry experience, and I'm currently a senior consultant with EY Bahamas. Other than that, I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I am an avid blood donor. I am truly, truly passionate about blood donation. When persons have an emergency, the lack of blood and blood banks is something that's near and dear to my heart. So I do work with our blood bank at home on a regular basis. And otherwise, I'm a minimalist at heart. So I truly love just being with friends and family, laughing, eating, liming as usual.
Well, what's a young person without a little bit of liming?
Yes, ma'am.
But you struck a nerve there with me when you said that, you know, you love a blood donation.
Yes.
You're into that. And that is something that the Rotary Club of Tortola here in the Virgin Islands is working avidly towards helping the Health Services Authority here with. Give us a little insight as to what that system is like in Bahamas.
So it's similar to other systems across the Caribbean. Our Princess Margaret Hospital has a blood bank, and then we have our private hospital, Doctors Hospital, that also has a blood bank. Now, what you find, you cannot manufacture blood. So persons have to donate blood. I mean, you can have the most pristine facilities, and if persons in the community are not aware and cognizant and acting on the fact that you cannot manufacture blood, the facilities, they go to naught, and persons still suffer. I know often at home you would see flyers pop up, persons are in need of blood. And for me, I would love to see where a person is in need of blood, the blood bank has, because persons are donating so regularly. Because like I said, machines don't make blood. So at home we have regular blood drives. Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas, Rotaract Clubs of the Bahamas, and other civic organizations, Greek organizations, you have organizations like Kiwanis. We partner to do blood drives on a regular basis. However, like I said, the success of a blood bank is dependent on persons taking ownership of the fact that the only place we get blood is from me and you. So we have to make the conscious decision to donate. Every 8 weeks, we're gonna donate blood. It takes 20 minutes. You're fine, you get up out of the chair, you're tested for any issues prior to, so if your iron or whatever is low, it will not affect you because they will tell you, okay, you cannot give blood today. But it's 20 minutes to save a life.
Okay. There, do you find it a challenge getting people to come forward?
Yes. COVID also presented a challenge because, of course, health facilities were so stressed with dealing with the COVID-19 virus. However, even beyond that, I think persons are just not cognizant. I wouldn't say that persons don't care. I just think it's not at the forefront of their minds that, okay, this 20-minute exercise can actually save a life. And it could be the very life that I say it could be my own, my sister, my family member, my fellow Rotarian, if I regularly give blood. Persons need blood for so many reasons. It doesn't have to be a freak accident. It can be where a mother is going into labor and she needs blood on reserve, depending on what happens in that labor room. So it's I wouldn't say persons don't care. I just think that the awareness has to be continuously put forward for the need to give blood, for persons to donate blood, and the simplicity of donating blood.
And you guys do have something like a donors register?
Yes, we do have a donor register, and the public hospital authority, they do have blood drives on their own, so they keep a record of persons who donate blood. We have blood cards, so you can keep track of when you have donated last, and we also celebrate alongside the Red Cross World Blood Donor Day. So those initiatives are in place, and I can tell you literally right now, there's a major blood drive planned for this Saturday at home under the banner of the Public Hospital Authority. So it's something we're working on. We realize the need for it, and most civic organizations partner with the blood bank on a regular basis. It's just now getting citizens on board.
Awesome. And I guess that the collaboration with the social organizations and the Health Services Authority there is one that is very strong.
Correct.
Correct. And the other thing that you said about yourself that I must peek a little bit of first is your passion in financial services. A young person, and very often when I have conversation with the heads of the BVI finance and financial services sector, I always try to find out how much youths are involved or showing the interest. What's the level of young people in financial services in the Bahamas?
It's high.
Oh,
so
awesome.
We have numerous CPAs, we have numerous CFAs, numerous CAM certified professionals, but it is a booming sector in the Bahamas, just as it is in the BVI. Yeah. We have our big four, we have smaller firms, we have persons in private banking, and cryptocurrency is up and running, but we have persons being specialized in those areas as well, or I should say seeking and having already attained specialization in those areas as well. It's a booming industry, it's a rigorous industry. I was, like I said, I started my career in Big Four, so I'm familiar with long hours. I went into private, much more relaxed, of course, still demanding, and I was called crazy for wanting to go back in the Big Four. I wondered why I wanted it, but like I said, it's a very fulfilling experience working in EY and in entities like EY. You really stretch yourself professionally. You go beyond what you think you can do. You go beyond what others, or you go to the heights that some may say that's not possible, but yeah, it is. When you realize you're surrounded by coaching, mentorship, and the right tools, you're surprised at what you can accomplish with a good team.
Awesome. Well, that's an awesome background of who Robyn is. So it's not just someone who's just sitting there with nothing to do that has taken on this responsibility to be the district representative for a social organization.
Correct.
Awesome.
And that is what Rotaract does. So we are all professionals, and we bring what we can to the table to serve the community, and we also grow in turn.
Okay, so let's come now more to this Rotaract business. You are on this, we wouldn't call it a tour as such, because we know it's a duty that you are fulfilling. Give us a rundown as to, prior to coming to the Virgin Islands, the stops that you had to make.
Okay.
And what prepared you for here.
Okay, so I started my journey, of course, in July 1. I started at home because home is where the heart is, but of course that's where I live, so that's why I had to start. Visiting the local clubs there, just checking the pulse of clubs there, viewing what is happening, and assessing what's happening. In the Bahamas, we have clubs that are split by waters. So all of the clubs, similar to the British Virgin Islands, we have clubs on different islands. So I went over to Eleuthera. We do have a Rotaract club there and a Rotary club there, and the energy was high. Clubs, and in Eleuthera, there's also a split by water. So club members cross water to be with me in what we call Harbour Island. We then Went back on the water, went over to North, and traveled to South Eleuthera to check the pulse of Rotaractors there. Did some community service at the Island School. It's a green school, it's modern, and they're truly, truly taking care of the environment there while providing quality education to the children in Eleuthera. After Eleuthera, I went to Jamaica.
Okay.
The land of wood and water.
And lots of Rotary clubs and lots of Rotaract clubs.
Yes, so Jamaica was high energy. I was on the road at 2 a.m. traveling from the Grill to Mandeville to Kingston, but it was an amazing experience. The Rotaractors there were definitely dedicated to seeing my journey through. So we went from club to club, did community service. We also held what we call youth leadership seminar in Jamaica at that time. So it was a collaboration between all Rotaract clubs. We got together, we did Rotary training. We had our AGs, AG Bill, PDR Paul, Rotaractors like Mikhail Raymore were all involved in that training. And of course my ADRR, Shanice, was involved in pulling that all together, Shanice Salmon. After Jamaica was Turks and Caicos. That was a beautiful experience. So of course, once again, split by water, 2 Rotaract clubs, Providenciales, Grand Turk. And what was so amazing was to see the Rotaractors hop on the plane because the DRR was coming and travel over to meet me, to come and get me. And then events were split, so they traveled back and forth for the various events. And so that was the Rotaract family that I felt all over again. Of course, COVID had so many effects on the organization and what we were able to do, what we were able to do in fellowship. And so to feel us moving together as a squad was an amazing feeling. The service, we spent a full day in service and nobody complained. We laughed and served the entire day, had a blue jeans party, and we just had a great time in Turks.
Awesome. And from Turks it was to the PPA?
Yes.
Okay.
So after Turks was Christmas.
Okay.
And of course we did spend some time in community service, and now I'm here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands with my ADRR, Makisha, and of course Rotaractors, President Tumulji, President Rashawn, and I'm sure you know DRR Isabit.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
Know them all. So you would have tested temperatures home in Bahamas.
Correct.
In Jamaica,
Correct.
Turks and Caicos it was,
Correct.
and then now you're here in the Virgin Islands. Compare for me the temperatures from the various countries that you would have been.
What I would say is every country is different. The temperature is high in different ways. Our beneficiaries are different. The type of service initiatives that we do will differ. And so the temperature is truly high in different ways. Like I said, similar to Turks and Caicos, Virgin Gorda and Tortola is split by waters. So landing was ADR Makisha, PP Shane over coming from Virgin Gorda to meet me, landing in Tortola alongside President Tumulji and DRR Selvin. Going over to Virgin Gorda was our part 1 of our training session, Youth Leadership Seminar, YLS. Tortola Rotaractors came in strong to support the Rotaract Club of Virgin Gorda hosting that event. And of course, you have persons like PDR Trevor involved, AG Ryan involved, Rotarians like Selena and IPP Joanna involved coming over to welcome the Rotaractors onto the training stage. And then we had PDG Delma and other Rotarians welcoming me with a glow party on Friday night. So like I say, the temperature is high, and I definitely notice the commitment and I notice the sacrifice that is going into serving Rotaract and serving the community.
Okay, what are some of the takeaways from this is almost a week that you were here in the Virgin Islands. What are some of the key takeaways that you see that you can take back now and share with the Bahamas and probably with the other countries?
So what I will say is, what I do notice here is, and the fact is, all Rotary clubs are in Tortola. But what I admire is that the Rotary clubs got together, 3 Rotary clubs got together and sponsored the Rotaract Club of Virgin Gorda across the waters. That is admirable. And I think what we can take away is, if you're interested in growing the organization, you will do what it takes. Even if it's water separating you from that place over there, you get together and you do what it takes. And I'm really, really proud to see that Virgin Gorda is still in action, even though there are no Rotary clubs physically there, they're still in action. Of course, the Rotaract Club of Tortola is strong, they're in action, and I'm aware that they're Part 2 seminar on Saturday will include Interact, Rotaract, as well as Rotary. And so it's that takeaway of that togetherness, even though separated geographically, is amazing.
But we say we're one BVI. One BVI, so
That's
the
great.
water really doesn't matter that much.
Correct.
Projects. Rotaract and Rotary are involved in quite a number of projects.
Correct.
For the benefit of the territory and even for the field, for the regional ones. Some that you would have visited. Tell me.
So there are numerous projects. I can think of blood drives. So those are a major thing in the Bahamas. They're usually pretty successful. Clubs usually come together. You have Rotaract clubs doing things like building homes for persons. We have Rotaract clubs that are in partnership with government entities providing educational services, tutoring services, and other social services for the needs of those young people in that community. We have clubs that are doing things like partnering with cancer societies, partnering with the AIDS Society, partnering with diabetes societies to raise awareness, raise funds, and also take care of persons that may be struggling with these chronic diseases. Also, as a district, what we've done is we've launched a wellness challenge. This was fun. It was supposed to be Get Fit with DRR Robyn, and I say supposed to be because I'm not in first place. But the idea is to, Rotarians and Rotaractors, we give back so much. Sometimes we're in meetings so much, and what we put into our bodies, it's not always the best because you're on the go. Yeah. So we want to raise that awareness to persons for us to take care of ourselves so that we can take better care of the communities, and we're healthy while doing it. But projects-wise, the district, the impact is strong. We partner with girls' homes. We're donating beds to girls' homes, donating supplies for their children, teenage mothers, getting them back into schools. So it's a lot of intricate projects that are happening across the district in each territory.
Okay. What is that one leave-in message that you would want to leave with the young people of the Virgin Islands?
Anyone can serve. I know that sometimes we see organizations and we say, oh, I can't do this because I can't do that, or I don't have that skill. Rotaract is an organization that is open to young persons regardless of what you may think you're not able to do. It's a professional development organization that also gives back to you because we have meetings where we have speakers coming in to talk about various things. Not just speakers, experts.
Experts, yes.
That are teaching you various skills, allowing you to expand your network. You can grow professionally. If you don't like public speaking or you think you can never be someone that enjoys public speaking, trust me, Rotaract is for you. You will be forced to speak because you will be called on.
Not too sure they want to know that they're going to be forced.
But you won't even feel it.
So motivated to.
You won't even feel it because through the fellowship, through the camaraderie, you're speaking. And you'll be surprised to know what flows practicing unintentionally. But like I said, anyone can serve, and if you're interested in any way in Rotaract, I encourage you to reach out. You have Rotaract Club of Virgin Gorda and the Rotaract Club of Tortola. They're open, and I'm sure they'd be more than willing to have you.
What's the age range for those who don't know?
The age range is 18 and above, and so recently Rotary International raised the age limit from 30. So clubs are at liberty to set the upper age limit, so it allows persons to stay in Rotaract a little longer if they so desire, but it does not prevent them from transitioning to Rotary. But 18 and above is what we say now.
Okay. What's that one message that you would have come here to the Virgin Islands with for the young people of the Rotaract Club of Virgin Gorda and Tortola?
Keep your energy high. What you're doing is not going unnoticed. Beneficiaries notice you and they need you and they're thankful for you. And more so with your DRR coming in July 1 from the British Virgin Islands. Serve good. So he will be in my shoe, and I look forward to seeing him soar and representing the British Virgin Islands in an exceptional way. And so Rotaractors of this territory are in a peculiar position where they have to serve and support him and push him and lift him. And so I think what I would say to the Rotaractors of the British Virgin Islands is keep serving. When you're tired, take a break, don't quit. Keep going. And the end, you will feel so amazing that you did it.
Awesome.
Just keep serving.
There's some training that you would have participated or facilitated
Correct.
while here. Give us a little rundown on those.
Youth Leadership Seminar. So Youth Leadership Seminar is a district-wide, it was formerly known as District Leadership Training, but we've changed that name now, like I said, to Youth Leadership Seminar. That seminar is designed to equip Rotaractors to serve not only their clubs, but to lead their clubs and to serve the communities. Topics such as growing membership, membership retention, and innovative service has been discussed so far, which is the first half of our theme for the year. And on this coming Saturday, we will discuss bridging borders, expanding your networks, and showing up. And so those topics are intentional, and like I said, they not only cater to Rotaractors. So even if young professionals are interested, they can come and they can learn skills and how to navigate certain situations that will help them professionally as well as socially.
Okay, so I'm a young person.
Sure.
I'm not a Rotaractor, but
fine.
listening to DRR Robyn, I am curious to
Sure.
find out what a Rotaract is all about. Can I sneak into that
course.
training on Saturday?
Yes, you can. Like I said, it's open to all. It's not closed, not a closed event, and it's not closed to a certain age. Anyone can benefit. Rotarian, Rotaractor, Interactor, and just a straight up professional or a community member can benefit from popping in, if only for a few minutes, to the YLS that's happening on Saturday.
Okay. Very often we would hear, and it is a fact that Rotary and the Rotaractors are not necessarily, the club of itself has nothing really to do with politics. But what we find a lot now is that our young people and our Rotarians are leaders. They're going into government,
Yes,
are
yes.
leading. How are we preparing our young people, Rotaractors, for leadership positions, even at that senior level of government?
Like I said, Rotaract is all-inclusive. You're not only serving your communities, you're also gaining from Rotaract. When you serve in Rotaract, so Rotary has its causes. When you serve in Rotaract, you're learning about the causes, you're learning about the needs that exist in your community. Because as you're crafting community service projects, you're assessing your communities. What better to do than serve the community before seeking to lead that community? If you serve that community, and I know that Kathy at the Red House, she is someone that has a water issue. You can lead me because you're aware of my issue, and as you lead, you're fixing my issue. So
Wow.
we're literally creating the perfect fit for government leadership.
Wow, I've never heard it said that way before, and never even looked at it in that light. That's awesome. You are now preparing to pass a baton on come June, July.
So in May at conference,
Okay,
we will
we pass
install
on, okay.
DRRE Selvin, but the year ends officially on June 30th.
30th, yes. In that baton sealed at both ends, what are some of the key things that you, as an experienced now DR, be passing on to ourselves?
Passion, commitment, discipline, and a love of service and Rotaract. It's not easy. So volunteering or being a part of an organization, just because it's volunteer and you get that feel good after you serve, that doesn't make it easy. Leading goes beyond what you will see. So people see this DRR Robyn. What persons don't see is the DRR Robyn behind the laptop at 3 a.m. That's when the commitment, the discipline, the dedication that I'm hoping to pass on, that has
you
to
will
kick
be
in.
passing on.
And DRRE Selvin is amazing. So he's well equipped. He's been in the organization for a number of years, and he's served in so many ways, quietly and humbly. And so I truly, truly look forward, and I do expect his success.
Awesome. And in our closing, I give you a minute to say whatever it is laid on your heart to say to the young people of the Virgin Islands and to the senior ones in order to, motivate the young people. The camera is yours.
So what I would say, like I said, anyone can serve. You have something inside of you that you can bring to the table, no matter what your profession is, no matter what your past is, no matter what your current situation is. If you're interested in any way in serving, just step out. just step out, make the call, send a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and someone from the Rotaract clubs will be more than happy to hear from you and assist you. And to our senior members, our Rotarians, we crave your support. We honor your wisdom, your guidance, and we respect what you have to offer to us. Don't count us out, count us in. Let's all work together, and I encourage you here in the BVI to work together to make the BVI the greatest BVI that you've ever seen.
Awesome, Robyn. It was such a pleasure to sit and talk with you. You have inspired, I am sure, so many others who would have listened to you. See how articulate you are in presenting your points and representing the brand Rotaract. We would love to see you back here sometime. I know that the Bahamas is home and it's a lovely place, but I bet you're blown away by the BVI.
I am blown away by the BVI, but it's better in the Bahamas.
Okay, well, when I come to the Bahamas, I will find that out. But
I look forward to welcoming you.
Certainly. And until then, make sure you plan that trip to come, throw back your hair, put off your slippers and to walk in the beautiful beaches and have a real true time when you are not in that position of having to work. For the financial services section, nor for the Rotaract Club of the Bahamas.
Thank you.
Just to have a vacation.
It's
been a pleasure, and thank you so much for sharing this time with us.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for joining us for this edition of The Big Story. Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.